Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm the Young Homesteader and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a cherry cobbler dessert. When my family moved to where we live now, there was a small orchard on our homestead consisting of 3 apple trees, 2 peach trees, an apricot tree, and a cherry tree. Now, harvesting these cherries was a new and exciting experience for me. And since I'm so short, I climbed up on our old yard vac while my dad pushed it around with the tractor. Eventually, my brother temporarily conquered his dislikes for heights and joined me. Due to weather conditions during the growing season, we had little to no harvest. But since we knew how to store our cherries for the long run, we had plenty to keep on baking. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be showing you how to make a cherry cobbler dessert. So let's get started. Items you will need are 1 cup of cherries, 1 2/3 cups of sugar, 1 stick of butter, half a cup of milk, 1 cup of flour, and 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. This recipe also calls for 1/8 teaspoon of salt. However, I hardly ever put salt in my baking products. As always, the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven. Today, we will be setting our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you'll want to heat your cherries, while trying your best to avoid making a mess, along with your 2/3 cup of sugar. Now you'll want to make sure to stir this well in order to thoroughly dissolve your sugar into the cherries. While your cherry and sugar mixture is heating on the stove, you need to melt your butter in your baking pan by putting it in your oven. While your butter's melting, mix in the remaining sugar, flour, milk, and baking powder. You want to make sure to get your mixture thoroughly stirred in. It'll quickly become dough-like. Once your batter has been thoroughly mixed, it's time to pour it over the melted butter. Now it's time to pour in your heated cherries. As you're pouring, you want to make sure to get them evenly distributed. Yep, that looks about good. Now, at this stage, you're going to be tempted to stir, but please, Don't do it. Instead, place it in the oven. And bake on 350 degrees until brown. Now I'm going to set my timer. With my oven, I generally begin with a time limit of 25 minutes. However, all ovens are different. When time's up, I'll show you how it turned out. The 25 minutes are up, so now it's time to take it out of the oven and see if it's done. Now here's a little trick that my mom taught me. In order to tell if your product's done, take a toothpick and stick it into your product. If it comes out clean, your product is done. And ours is done. See how nice and brown it looks? So, it took my dad all of 2 days to eat the first cherry cobbler dessert I made, and when he finished with it, he said, that tastes good. Next time we should put pecans on it. So I made another and put pecans on top, and here's a picture of what it looks like. And whether you like your dessert plain, with pecans, with whipped cream, or even with ice cream, I hope you will make it and enjoy. I also hope you will like and subscribe down below.